I started boxing at the age of 12 a few years back, and what happened was I was playing rugby league for a club called Bosco Bulldogs, and one day the trainer there just pulled out a set of mitts and some gloves, and I had to go. And he told me at that time, he goes, mate, you got some fast hands, you should consider boxing. And being at school, we were like the only ethnic family in that area. It was constant getting picked on every single day. I remember waking up in the morning and thinking, oh my God, I gotta go to school again. I'm just looking for an excuse, anything to get out of going to school. So I decided that, boxing was gonna be a way to help me protect myself at school as well and help me get through. Well, the first fight that I actually had was at Bankstown PCYC. I was 13 years old, and the person who actually trained the kid that I fought is now my current trainer, Billy Hussein.
First met Billy the Kid Dib, got him back, he would have been at least 12 years old, so 13 years ago maybe. Billy walked into the gym to spar. Seen a young kid who wanted to come down and spar, and didn't take much notice of him, to be honest, because I had my own fighters and I knew some of the fighters were in his division. Yeah, my first fight was a loss. I beg to differ. I thought that I won the fight, but we're not going to get into that. Billy was pretty cheeky, very confident, very, very, very super confident. And it's a lot of the kids that I trained weren't as confident as he was. They were probably better boxers at that time of their age, like when they were novices. But he would beat them because of his confidence and belief in himself. Went on to have 113 amateur fights for 98 wins, 15 of them were losses, and I got to represent the country, and I fought in some of the highest and most prestigious tournaments in the world. It was a great experience.
Lovely feint. Looking very extremely confident here, Billy did. Look at this, very confident. He is very talented, Billy did. The best fact is undisputed. He's hurt, Brown. Brown's hurt. Davey Brown's recovered, but he was hurt there.
I got the opportunity to meet with Prince Naseem Hamed, who was at that time my hero in the sport, and he was one of the ones who advised me at that age to turn professional.
The Kid did!
I think the professional game was more suited to me because it was longer rounds, more time to win the fight, and that's what I wanted to do. So I made that transition at a young age, and my first professional fight was on the undercard of Paul Briggs and Stipe Jews, and I won via 4th round KO, and I couldn't believe I was it was actually turning pro at that age. It was a big stage, and there was so many people in the crowd. I've never fought in front of that many people. To somebody who's never fought or somebody who's never experienced a combat sport, they will never know what it feels like to be up in front of a crowd that's roaring and screaming your name. It's like the endorphins of all the hard work, and especially if you're winning the fight, when everyone's chanting your name because you're winning, you just feel like so good. You feel like you're gonna jump out of your skin.
Great victory to Billy Dib, a tough victory to Billy.
I've been one of the lucky fighters in the world of boxing who has been involved with a lot of the high caliber athletes in boxing. I've shared time with people like Prince Naseem, Arturo Gatti, Shane Mosley, Oscar De La Hoya, Bernard Hopkins, and a lot of other fighters who were up there and who achieved a lot.
Billy the Kid, first time we saw him, he impressed us. He has all the natural talent in the world. Anybody watching this down under, support him, because you don't want to miss this train, because this train is going to go really fast for a long time.
They set the bar, but I think my mistake at that time when I first met these guys was that I thought that these guys were going to be there no matter what happened, and I started thinking that these guys would be there to help me. But in boxing, it's one-on-one combat, and I learnt that on the night when I fought for the world title in Newcastle, that doesn't matter who you got ringside. I remember Costa Tszyu being there, Shane Mosley being there, but in such a difficult fight, the only person that was going to get through it was me. The thing that stands out in my mind the night before that world title fight was, when we were in the change room, and my then cutman, who still works with me now, Brian Wilmot, taped on the wall, or one of the mirrors he put on tape, he put win, just simple in big letters, W-I-N, and I just I remember that clearly, you know, because when he wrote that up on the wall, I was like, yeah, that's what we're here to do tonight. And I remember talking with Johnny Lewis, and he said to me, he said, look, son, no matter what happens tonight, I promise you, you won't leave the ring without that title. And, you know, I made him make that promise to me and that pledge to me. And, you know, I was going to put my body on the line and do whatever I had to win the fight. When you fight for the world title, it's a progress thing. You know, you have to fight certain fights. You have to move up the ratings, and you know, sometimes opportunities just present themselves, and that's what happened at this particular moment. The fight presented itself, and Anthony Mundine, who's a great friend of mine, you know, decided that he would promote the fight on his undercard, and he gave me the opportunity to fight for it on his show. And you know, we went out there and we did what we had to do and won the fight. It was a good moment when I won that world title. It was a relief, like, you know, I had finally arrived on the world stage. I felt like, you know, I had achieved what I set out to do.
Undefeated in 20 fights, 11 by way of knockout, Billy the Kid Digg!
Took that on the gloves, but it was still solid. From O'Reilly, the left. Back with the left.
Good call, Paul. Just like that. Not a clean one, but...
Good Billy Digg evades it well, then comes back with a right, and a great right to the stomach.
Best round.
It is, but he fights out of it. Billy aggresses now.
Billy looking more composed.
O'Reilly on the ropes. Low.
Good countering left hook.
Great left. Billy Digg got him with a beautiful left.
Taking control. He's starting to take control. He's showing him what it takes to be a champion.
And the new IBO Super Featherweight Champion of the World,